Alright, first things first. Can you guys hear me okay? Well, the fact that I can hear myself is a good sign. It is a very good sign, but yeah, I know that I have basically been completely AWOL for the last 6 weeks now, just because I was really in a rut as far as streaming was concerned, and I was just getting bored of doing it. And I really needed to take some time off. I initially said that I was only going to take a week, but it's now been 6. But last I finally have gotten to a point where I'm content with things right now, and I'm okay with returning to streaming. So hopefully if things go well I can keep it going and we'll see how it all unfolds, but I know that all of you guys have been waiting for me to return, and so tonight it's finally happened, and after 6 weeks, and especially with what's going on, I'm sure you'll all agree this was a thing we all needed here tonight, was something to take our mind off of what's been a very tragic 6 weeks. I mean, me taking my time off as I did, what was going on in the world, it didn't help at all as far as trying to take my mind off of my own life. It only made things worse around what was going on around me. So yeah, I think given what's going on, and I know they said tonight should be Blackout Tuesday, that we shouldn't do anything at all, but if we're really going to get past with what's going on in the world, we cannot close ourselves off from the world. So tonight, that's the plan, to show you guys what you have missed in the last 6 weeks since I last streamed this game. So, hey, with all that in mind, hey there Elizabeth, Miguel, Ichigo, and to everyone else just logging on, we're glad to have you with us here tonight. So, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for our first Final Fantasy XIV stream in quite some time, and tonight we are taking the opportunity to show you everything that I've been working on since I last joined you. Also, you may have noticed as well that the prompts for when I get people logged on and when people are using the chat are back up, and that is because of the fact that I had to replace my console. That was one of the other things I had to do over the course of the last 6 weeks, was get my PS4 replaced. And because my old PS4, it was in a really bad way, and so I was left with no other choice but to replace the thing. So now I can start streaming again. Plus, because it was a PS4 Pro that I purchased, I can now stream at a higher quality. So you're watching the stream in 1080p, so you guys do have that option to see it in 1080p. Hey there Vati, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. So, with all that's going on, the first thing you're probably wondering is, why am I standing outside of Ishgard? And the answer is quite simple to that. The Reconstruction has been finished. But that's not the only significant thing that has taken place. As far as Matthias is concerned, he has finally gotten to the point where he now has every single one of his warrior classes to level 80, with of course the exception of Blue Mage, which cannot be maxed out to level 80 currently. But after 11 months of grinding, Matthias now has every single one of the other warrior classes, all tanks, DPS, and healers to level 80. And doing so allowed me to get the achievement. Now, in the past, when you got all the experience levels on all of your fighting classes, you were rewarded with a crown of some sort. Well, they decided to do away with the crowns this time around. When you get to level 80 on all of your warrior classes, they give you this. Say hello to my very own Amaro. You might know these things from Shadowbringers because they serve as in place of chocobos in the first. And now I have the ability to claim one as my own, and I can now ride this thing wherever I want to. So, what do you say we go and take it for a little joyride? Just also for the fact that I want you guys to listen to the music as well while I'm writing. To go around with these things, but yeah, if you're paying attention to the music, you can probably tell that it is a piano solo version of the night theme from the Crystarium. I always wonder what that structure is over there at the southwest, in the southwest corner of the Highlands. I've always wondered what that is. Maybe we'll know in a future expansion. Yeah, of course, doing all this grinding along with grinding my next Warrior of Light. And speaking of Warriors of Light, if you are not familiar, it was announced last month that the stories for Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, and Stormblood are being streamlined. This means that some of the quests are going away, and some of the quests are not going to be available ever again. And they're going to be changing the plot, especially in A Realm Reborn, to force you to go into the Crystal Tower, because the Crystal Tower trilogy was originally done as something optional. But now, since it's so intrinsically linked into the main story of Shadowbringers, the people at Square Enix have now decided, okay, we have no choice but to make the Crystal Tower a mandatory part of the journey. So since they are going to be streamlining all 3 expansions' stories, I have made the decision, and I know this is going to take a huge toll on me, but the only way to be able to make sure that an introduction like this and a modification like this is done right is to let's play the whole game over again. And I will be doing this by creating 3 new characters, 3 new Warriors of Light, one of each will start in each of the hub cities in Gridania, Ul'dah, and Nemsalaminsa. And as we go along, one of them will complete A Realm Reborn in its entirety, one of them will complete Heaven's Ward in its entirety, and one will complete Stormblood in its entirety. This does not mean I'm going to be deleting all of my original videos for my Let's Plays, but I will be directing people who are going to be looking for Let's Plays of Final Fantasy XIV to redirect them to what will be modified with patch 5.35. But yeah, it's basically no choice there, Elizabeth and Miguel, with the fact that they are remaking the whole story, with the fact that they're streamlining it. I have to document everything. I have to show off which quests have been put on the cutting room floor and which quests are still going to be around. It's essential that if people come to my channel looking for a Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play and they come along a quest that's now obsolete, they're going to ask, hey, why can't I do this quest? So it's my responsibility as a Final Fantasy XIV Let's Player to shoot everything. I don't know if I'll eventually have the situation where I'll be able to get it all finished before the next expansion, but I am going to try my hardest. And something else that should obviously go without saying is because If Final Fantasy XIV decides to go past having... Oh, hey there, Jess. If Final Fantasy XIV decides to go past the next expansion and not give us the definitive ending, then my Gridania starter for the patch 5.35 main story will become my next Warrior of Light. Don't do it all in one sitting. Yeah, that's kind of impossible. You're coming for me? Hey there, yeah, Fadi. Well, you'll have to follow me into Ishgard, because now that we've taken my Amaro on a joyride, it's time to go into Ishgard. And show you the completion of Ishgard's Reconstruction. Yeah, let's run on over to the... Oh, there you are. So yeah, let's run on over to the main Aetheryte and travel to the firmament. So yeah, they have officially completed all the current construction, so this is what it all looks like right now. So yeah, we've gotten to the point where the new nest has been officially completed. And also, the music around here has changed too. I'm gonna walk around and show you the complete part of the city while you listen to the remake version of the Ishgardian theme. And there you go, there's the new theme for Ishgard. Hey there, Lou, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Yeah, they're just giving us samples of what's to come for the future. Now, as cool as all of this looks, you probably might have noticed as I'm going to move over here, we still got all this to do. As much as we've accomplished so far, we still got to do all this. I don't know if we're gonna get to finish the rest of this off ourselves, or if it's just gonna happen automatically and we're considered done. But yeah, we still got all this part of Ishgard still to finish building. And of course, it's all in the shadow of the vault. Yeah, now that we've had the opportunity to see what's going on, it's been a while since we spoke with Oak Bear, so why don't we go ahead and speak with them to see how everything is holding up. It's completed, Matthias. The new nest. Ain't it a thing of beauty? Indeed it is. We're making faster progress than I dared to hope, and it's thanks to good folk like yourself. As you know, the area is to be a residential quarter for Ishgardians, with them as lost their homes in the war giving priority. That has been Francois' first objective in all this, making it so no more citizens are freezing or starving. Goes without saying that we'll keep on needing supplies, so keep them coming, eh? Yes, indeed. And then, if we go over here to Foncreno, we'll get his quests at level 60 entitled A Home in the Firmament. Foncreno is concerned for his master. Also, I did notice you there, Nia, thanks. Ah, if it isn't good, Master Matthias. Though you may have seen me attending Lord Francel, I have not had the pleasure of introducing myself. I am his manservant Foncreno. I would like to offer you my personal thanks for lending your aid to my lord. Yours is an inspiring presence to him. Yeah, that's what I thought. Owing to the collective effort of all involved, the new nest stands completed. Such was my lord's joy, 'twas as if he were a young boy again. He now seeks to settle folk in the district and is personally reaching out to those citizens who were displaced by the war and the subsequent unrests. About that. Oh, what's up, Ogbear? Master Ogbear, by your tone I take it you have some concerns? I thought I do. Thanks to Francel's encouragement, some folk have already moved into the district, but many more are dragging their feet. To hear the talk, they're afraid that the rent will be too expensive or that they'll put themselves at the mercy of our heartless nobles and a whole host of other reasons. To encourage settlement, the firmament offers various incentives to residents, such as tax relief and employment initiatives. We hope this knowledge has not been sufficiently disseminated to the public. My thought exactly. That he's late to return is because he's struggling to win folk over, I'd wager. On that note, Matthias, I was wondering if you'd mind searching for him, see how he's faring. I too would be grateful were you to look in on my lord. You will find him in the room speaking with the residents, I believe. Alright. Hey there, Luna, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Oh, and Elizabeth's here too. Had to come see it for yourself, huh? Alright, I can give you one, sure. Alright, let's head on out to the room and see how Lord Francel is faring. Yeah, I feel like we only have half of it done to this point. Oh, this guy's on red. Probably because I need a... yeah, one of those. Alright. I can come back to that. Since I do have a miner and botanist at level 80, I can definitely come back later, after I'm done with this quest, and see what he needs to say. Here he is. Yeah, trying to make his plea to the masses. Why will you not tell me why you do not wish to live in the firmament? What is it that worries you so? Ah, Matthias, you could not have come at a better time. You may have heard that I am in the process of settling citizens in the firmament. While some could not pack their belongings quickly enough, others are proving resistant to the idea, such as Ordain here and her daughter Noel. Yeah. Begging your pardons, but aren't you the saviour of Ishgard? It's an honour, my lord! We're grateful for the invitation, which we are, but we couldn't possibly afford to live in a shiny new district. Even before our home in the Broom was burnt down, we were barely getting by. Besides, given who we are, we don't have the right. In my mind, the firmament is for people such as they, first and foremost, who lost their homes to the fires of conflict. Yet if they themselves do not wish it, I cannot well force them to move. So what do we do? Oh yeah. Employment initiatives, tax relief, or the sky's the limit. Yeah. I get the feeling that the response she'll give will have no effects. It'll be one of those, so let's just say that the sky's the limit. Come on! Perhaps I should do it. Yes, if not for myself, then for my little girl. Alright, I humbly accept. Yeah, I had a feeling that it would be... she would respond no matter the same way no matter what you said. Glad am I to hear it. Pray see to your preparations then, and come to the firmament when you are ready. And so away they go. Mission accomplished. And all it took was a few words from you. You truly hold sway over people, my friend. Of course, such trust comes not overnight. 'Tis the product of your many selfless deeds. Thank you. Despite being falsely accused of a crime and driven to the ends of the realm, you did not surrender to despair. On the contrary, you dedicated yourself to the plight of others and ultimately guided our war-weary nation upon the path to peace. In some ways, we have walked similar paths, but my struggles are trifling things compared to yours. My name carries not the same weight, and my words have not the same power over the hearts of my fellow men. But the fury take me if I allow the restoration effort to founder on account of my personal failings. The health and happiness of the people are at stake. Therefore I ask you, will you not aid me in the running of the firmament? With you beside me, I feel that there is no difficulty I cannot overcome. You need not answer right this moment. Please take time to think on it. Well, why don't we go ahead and speak with him right now? You agreed to aid me then? Words cannot well express my gladness. Thank you. Without further ado then, I would have you deliver these missives. They are entreaties for cooperation in the restoration effort. Ordinarily, I would make the delivery myself, but I do believe that the recipients would be pleased for your visit. One is Guy Boulogne, proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, another is Sir Hondeloup of the Temple Knights, and last but not least is Mr. Soleil, our master at the markets. So, giving them to the most important people? While you see to this task, I shall look in and ordain and her daughter. Let us convene in the firmament afterwards. Alright, 3 it is. And 2 of them are very close to each other. So let's go and walk in on Sir Emmerich's 3rd in command, Sir Hondeloup. Well met, Matthias. To what do I owe the honor this day? This. A missive from Lord Francel, you say? Sir Hondeloup, my thanks for your unflagging dedication to preserving the peace in the Holy See. I write to you as overseer of the Firmament Reconstruction project in order to officially entreat the cooperation of the Temple Knights. The project's need for able hands will only grow, and it is my hope that your order might be amenable to dispatching a contingent of engineers to assist in our efforts. For the prosperity of our nation, I thank you for your kind consideration. I see. Though I have not the authority alone to decide, I for one should be glad for our order to lend what help we may. I shall do my utmost to see that Lord Francel has his engineers. Truth to tell, I have a personal interest in the firmament. It was razed to the ground. I myself lived there, you see. Many places in Ishgard offer a commanding view, but I find none finer than that of my erstwhile home. Well, let's see what... Oh, you went for a clothes change, and was that a dragoon who just ran by? I can't tell, but it does seem like... What? No, it's a bow. Also, is that what I think it is? Oh, it's not. It's the new DLC outfit, the peacock outfit. Does this mean you got the mount too? Elizabeth using some of her money on DLC to strut her peacock feathers, it looks like. Even the crown is really fancy. Probably can't see it all that well because it's nighttime. But it is quite impressive looking. Yeah, and speaking of peacock feathers, yeah, right on her shoulders, no less. Yeah, thanks for showing this off there, Elizabeth. But I still have work to do. We gotta go and say hello to Giberlon. Hey, Giberlon. If it isn't Bethiah, what can I guess you? Oh, don't get something from me. Take this instead. A missive from young Francel. I can only guess how you ended up delivering it, but let's have a look. So you figured it out. Dear Giberlon, I pray this missive finds you well and not bothered over much by the old wound. I write with regards to our efforts in the firmament, of which you will be most certainly aware. Of late, we have seen a marked increase in the number of workers on site, and we struggle to keep everyone fed. In order to alleviate the strain upon our kitchen, it is my hope that you might provide us with hearty and wholesome provender from your own. Young Francel was always good to me back when I served his house, and I wouldn't refuse him. I'll arrange to have meals prepared and sent to the firmament at once. You involved in the restoration, then, I take it? Keep an eye out on the lad for me, will you? Sure thing. And whoever this is, I cannot take their call. Especially since it's a completely pointless call. Alright. Let's head on over to the Jewel Quasir. And upon our arrival, let's go ahead and see what Mistress Soleil's has to say. Staying over her kettle as always. A warm welcome to you, Master Griffin. What is it that you seek at the Jewel Quasir this evening? Only for you to read this. Oh, a missive for me? From Lord Francel? Intriguing. Dear Mistress Soleil's, I pray this missive finds you well in your market's bustling. I write to request your aid in acquiring heavy machinery of foreign make, intended for the use of the many foreigners lending their expertise to the restoration projects. Such equipment as the Sky Steel manufactory possesses is unfamiliar to non-Ishgardians, and as such would adversely affect their ability to carry out their work. Through the connections you've established with foreign merchants, I have faith that you can procure for us that which we require. My humblest thanks for your assistance. Heavy machinery of foreign make. Thought me no small coup to source such items. The merchant in me welcomes the challenge. But I say, it feels like only yesterday that Lord Francel was a little boy coming to market with his brothers. Now he has blossomed into a well-spoken, accomplished young man. Time surely flies. Forgive me my reminiscence. You may relay to my lord that it shall be my pleasure to attend to his order. Oh, that's awesome to hear. So let's go ahead and head on back to the firmaments. Oh, well, I guess I can only do that one of two ways. Also, for whatever reason, it's no longer prompting me that people are posting in chat, even though I can see that you guys are continuing to talk in it. Oh, that's cool that for you for your birthday, Elizabeth. That's really nice. Back to Francel. There you are, Mathia. You have delivered the missives, I take it. So, how did the recipients respond to my entreaties? Well, I guess we can only respond after we complete the quest. And take the next one. Entitled, Overseer for a Day. Francel is eager to learn how his petitions for aid were received. And so, come, do not keep me waiting. What were the recipients' responses? Well, here's what you need to know. Both Cupidon and Delays are willing. Glad I am to hear it. This shall do wonders for workers' morale. As for Sir Honolulu, I know he is wanting to make promises out of hand, but I have confidence that he will come through for us. Thanks to your kind help, I was able to personally assist Lordaine and her daughter meanwhile. Having but few possessions, they were able to promptly move to the firmament. Well, that's good to hear. I also managed to find a moment to pen further missives. Lest you wonder, these are addressed to the 4 high houses, my own included. Each of the houses has strengths that shall avail our project, and I would call upon their cooperation. I know not how a petition from an upstart such as I will be received, but it would not to depend entirely on you. Nay, these missives I shall deliver myself. But Lord Francel, a moment! Why did he forget there, Mr. Fontrenot? Oh dear, there are people who have been waiting for an audience with my lord. Oh, dear. Master Mathia, it pains me to make such a request of you. But, will you not consent to serve as acting overseer and speak with the workers and residents in my lord's stead? I believe I can do that. I am truly grateful. Now, I expect that some advice will be asked of you, but I trust you to exercise your best judgment. I shall call the petitioners in turn whenever you're ready. You need but say the word. Alright. And whenever you're ready. Are you ready to receive the petitioners, my lord? Speaking with the petitioners will take several minutes. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Begin receiving petitioners? Yes. And so, as we bide our time for first-person perspective, who are we going to spot first? Is it someone we know, or is it going to be a complete stranger? Oh, Ogbear decides to come say hello. Francel's away again, is he? I've been flat out of late helping folks get settled. Anyway, I wanted to speak with him about a big task was coming up. We need to bring in more hands for it. I have some dragon friends I can round up. Or whatever the task is, I'll take care of it. Or the Temple Knights might dispatch engineers. Oh. Well, let's not scare the people with the dragons. Tell them that the engineers could be on their way. Temple Knights engineers, you say? Why, with their knowledge and experience, I reckon they'll do nicely. I'll see to it ready to begin as soon as we get approval. My thanks, Mathia. It appears your advice was helpful. Yeah, because we don't want to freak them out with the dragons. Who else is going to come along to say hello? I hear footsteps. What the? I was thinking we got a couple of strangers in here. What? Lord Francel isn't even here? What a waste of time! Now, sir, you mustn't say such things. You know the Overseer's a busy man.
We're artisans from Limsluminsa, charged with imparting our techniques to the locals. Our apprentices have been making good progress, and we might accept them more advanced tasks, but for this we need specialized machinery they don't have in Ishgard. We want to ask the overseer if he could have brought it in, but it seems I'll have to wait for another time.
Actually, yeah. The manufacturer might be able to make what you need, or the jewel Quasir can bring you you need. A bad knight blames his sword. But no, based on what we know...
Truly? That's good to hear! In case you're wondering, the machinery in question is made by Nordic and Vimelis. We'll have the details for you soon, and we'd appreciate it if you could relay them to the people of the Jewel Quasir.
It appears your advice was helpful. Indeed it was. So I imagine other cities will also make a presence. Who will be representing Gridania and Ul'dah, possibly. Oh, we hear a sound that we know all too well. What the? A Gala cat? Okay. A Gala cat suddenly appears. Should I find it out for you? Or we can have this guy barge in and try and stop him.
Beg your pardons, my lord. This little critter came here amidst cargo from the Sea of Clouds. We tried to send it on its way, but it refuses to leave. It's been lingering near the kitchen, so I suspect it's hungry. Thus far, it hasn't done any harm, but what do you suppose we should do with it?
I could give it the mystery scraps in my bag, take it back to the Sea of Clouds, or Gibalon will be bringing food. Yeah, tell him about that. Apparently that's got its tummy to stop growling. And it flies away.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say it understood what you said. And it seems to have caught scent of something. I'll go keep an eye on it.
It appears your advice was helpful. Of course it was. Well, when it comes to the high houses of Ishgard, this past week I finally solved a question that has been bugging me for years. I'll tell you about it later on. But it looks like Hilda's on her way to say hello now. Hey there, Hilda.
Well, well, it ain't the fire. You're certainly a common sight in the firmament these days. Your Franc says he said that he wanted the guards I was offering, and so I came to discuss the details with him. Since he ain't here though, so I'll talk after keep, but there was something I want to tell you.
And what's that?
The other day I had occasion to meet Sir Emmerich. Busy as he is, he hasn't been able to pay a proper visit to the firmament. He knows all about your involvement though, and was saying how grateful he was to you as Lord Speaker of the House and a private citizen both. That's all from me. Be seeing you, Matthias.
Nothing to offer in terms of requests? Alright. And so now that that's taken care of.
That is everyone, I believe. I thank you for assisting the people in Lord Francel's stead. Speaking of whom, I expect he will return anon. Shall we await him together?
Indeed we shall. Ah, there you are.
Matthias, you're still here?
Yeah, I had to help you out.
While you were absent, my lord, Master Matthias has been acting in your stead, attending to the needs of those who are on site. Truly, pray forgive me. In my eagerness, I appears I have unduly burdened you with my duties. But my own task, I'm pleased to report, was not without fruit. We have received promising responses from all the high houses.
That's awesome.
Though it was largely a matter of formality, I went first to secure the support of House Halinat, and then I paid a visit to House Vortamp, which has been providing lodgings to visiting workers. There, I was given the assurance that they will increase their capacity as the need arises. Next, knocked upon the House of Durandare Manor. As a house founded upon military traditions, I was informed that they had little to offer to the restoration effort. Resigned, I was about to take my leave when, by a stroke of good fortune, Lord Jean-Quinard appeared and pledged to open a school where children might learn of their letters, numbers, and stars. Last but not least, I took myself to House Samal, renowned for its architectural prowess, and they agreed to employ their expertise for the firmament's benefit. In particular, the retired Count, Lord Terrason, is a stonemason of unrivaled skill and passion. As a fellow artisan, Matthias, I dare say you will have occasion to meet him one day. What happened during this quest? Well now, pledges of cooperation from all the high houses. Not so long ago this would have been unthinkable. Yes, indeed. It is due to the peace that we now enjoy thanks to you, Master Matthias. Oh, I'm glad I could help. Help! Please help! Uh-oh. Mummy, she's in trouble, please, you have to help her! Oh no. Noel, take a deep breath, child, and tell us what has happened to Odain. Yeah, because this ain't over yet. Did she somehow leave town? Let's find out by speaking with Noel. Take on our next quest entitled Shadow of an Icy Past. Noel's mother appears to have met with trouble. A scary inquisitor, he came and took Mummy away! That's still going on? She hasn't done anything wrong, please, you can't let them hurt her! Surely fine, child. Matthias and I will see to it. Now, will you show us where your mother was taken? Well, there's only one place she could have been taken. Come, my friend, let us follow Noel. Yeah, they're still doing inquisitions? Yeah, we're at peace now, but apparently inquisitions are still happening. Yeah, I thought we were past this point. But clearly this is not the case. Yeah, what is the meaning of this, people? I thought this was a tradition that was abolished. But apparently there are some people who still just can't let go. Noel? Outside the gate! She was taken outside the gate! Yeah. Inquisitor, whoever you are, you better not have me ram my spear through your gut. Yeah, we have two dragons staying between us. Maybe she thought we summoned them. Yeah, what is the meaning of this? How many times must I tell you we are good dragons? I demand you let us enter at once. Oh, Dan, it's me, Marcelo. Please, my lord, tell them to let us pass. Oh, those who had partaken of dragon blood. But now they can't change back. Yeah, heretics who cannot undo what they did to themselves. What? Can it truly be? What in the Fury's name is happening here? Yeah. Heretics seeking penance. Ah, Lord Francel, we stopped these two dragons attempting to enter the Holy See. The larger claimed to be related to this woman, thus did I bring her hither to verify the truth. But do you need inquisitors to do that? If this dragon is in fact a man, 'tis more than likely that he is a heretic and must be punished harshly. As must his kin. He walked out on them. Not them. Forgive me, Inquisitor, but mayhap you were absent when the Lord Speaker made his declaration. In the light of the peace we have forged with the dragons, those accused of heresy ought to be accorded fair hearing and not punched out of hand. Yeah. Still can't let go, huh? Yeah. Withdraw your weapons. Be that as it may, it would not do to allow them to roam freely in the Holy See. It is liable to cause panic amongst the citizens. As you say, yet ere we rush to pass judgment, we should allow the man a chance to tell his tale. Yeah. Marcelo, was it? I bid you speak truthfully. Have you ever taken the life of an Ishgardian citizen? No, my lord. Upon my honor. I haven't so much as laid a claw on anyone. But here you stand, in the form of a dragon. It is true that I chose to follow Lady Iceheart, and it is true that I partook of dragon blood. Whether because of myself or the blood, I can't say, but my transformation was long and painful. By the time I had recovered, the war was already ended. To make matters worse, I couldn't revert to my original form. I took to wandering easily until I chanced to encounter L2 here, who encouraged me to return home. Yeah, reminds me out of another little dragon. If thus man speaks true, then by our laws he has committed no crime. But he's not so immediately convinced, and you would simply believe the words of a dragon without any proof whatsoever. You don't have any proof of wrongdoing either. Yeah. Put it back on him. That caused them to change his face. I shall take these two into my care. If they should cause any trouble, I will personally accept responsibility. If you will vouch for them, Lord Francel, then I shall not object. I but pray that you will not come to regret your decision. Yeah, he's also a lot taller than the guards. Well, it appears we have this situation in hand for the time being. Forgive us, my lord. We didn't mean to involve you in our troubles. Do not mention it. I have a responsibility to the residents of the firmament. That you and your daughter are safe is all that matters. What about your husband? Now we just need to decide what to do with our guests. Yeah. Is there any way to change him back?
If you finish your pickering, you could start by showing me your city. Oh yes, I've dreamed of seeing it for a long time.
I suppose there's no harm in that, and it would afford us the opportunity to discuss your situation further. Come with me then, to the firmament. And now for an awkward presence. Alright, back to the firmament. Yeah, that was a curveball we didn't see coming. Because, yeah, I've only gotten to see what the firmament looks like in its current state before off camera with Corinne and Shinji. But as far as doing these quests are concerned, this is something I was doing completely blind. So it looks like they're, yeah, on the far side. We'll have to cover the entire length of the field to get to them. But now that just means you guys get to see what this place looks like in the daytime. Yeah, and rare within Carathan skies, they're blue. Alright, so we meet here at the square. So now they're all gathered. It appears all are present. Good. So, Marcella, L2. Though you are my guest, I trust you can appreciate that your troubles are not yet over. Yours in particular, Marcella. Though you are Ishgardian, as a heretic and dragon both, you place your family in an exceedingly difficult position. But ere I speak further, we should hear Ordain's thoughts on the matter. Yeah. It's only because our nation has changed that I can admit this now. But I too once supported Lady Iceheart's vision. I couldn't well commit myself to a cause though. That would mean forsaking our family. But he did so anyway. He forsook us, left us to fend for ourselves. And look at him now! While still, he's brazen enough to show his face in Ishgard and runs afoul of an inquisitor. If it weren't for my lord's intervention, we might have been executed there and then. Forgive me, but I don't know. After all that's happened, I don't know if I can. If I want to take him back. Please give me some time to think.
You can see how hard this is. Yeah, and even Noelle is reluctant to look into the eyes of her father.
I just wanted to see the two of you again.
You finally meet your family and all you can do is stammer and sulk? Have some stones, for heaven's sake! But enough of your tedious troubles. I came here to see a city and I'm going to see one.
Wait! Apologies, Matthias, but will you not go and keep an eye on L2? I've not had the chance to inform the residents and we're not due to cause panic. You have my gratitude. Now it seems she headed into the new nest. If you should hurry, you should be able to find her.
Also, how could you tell that was a girl? How could you tell that L2 was a female? Hey there.
It seems men don't change very much as they grow. However, do they become able to fly, I wonder?
Mechanical truck contraptions. Also, you can see the kids in the background there having fun.
Oh, it's you. What is it?
I needed to talk to you about something as my head's bobbing up and down while looking at you.
As I said already, I won't harm anyone. I'll have you know that my sire is Gulambasti of the old noble line of Ratatoskar, and like our esteemed ancestor, I will fill the skies with beauteous songs. Now you may be wondering what events led to my being here. I've been on a journey to learn the ways of men, you see, but one I met was more interested in skewering me than speaking. I might have been alive if Marcella hadn't come to my aid. Though our kinds are meant to be at peace again, not all men are ready to accept dragons as friends.
Which we definitely saw just a few moments ago.
The opposite is true too, of course. Look, I'd sooner not be caught up by unfriendly men either, so perhaps I'll return with you after all.
Alright. Let's head on back upstairs. And see how this quest climaxes.
It seems there was no alarm caused. My thanks for finding L2, Matthias. While you were gone, I took the opportunity to inform the residents about our guests. While all now understand the situation, whether they accept this is another question.
Maybe if we pay back, we'll get our answer.
Lord Francel, might we have a word? Matthias, could you wait with Marcella and L2 yonder while I speak with these good folk?
Yeah, follow me.
We had heard that there were dragons in the firmament, and it appears the rumors were true. One of them near killed me in the war, so over the length of my back. You see, the large one used to be a man, but the mere sight of him, it makes the skull ache unbearably. And my daughter, she was murdered by those wretched heretics. It's easy to say there's peace now, but it's not so easy to forget. So what do we do? I too lost a dear brother to the dragons. Believe me when I say I understand that some wounds do not heal. I will not force you to accept Marcelois, yet despite his appearance he is but another Ishgardian no different from ourselves. So I ask that you withhold your judgment for a time, that you give him a chance. As we welcome a new viewer to the channel, Vernon Skinner. Welcome to the stream and welcome to the channel. Glad to have you with us here tonight. If you say so, then very well, my lord. Yeah, we all good? Forgive me, Lord Francel. It seems my presence brings only pain. Come now, there's not a single soul in the nation who hasn't known suffering. You not least of all, my friend. If you're willing, will you not share with us how you came to be a heretic? Somewhere in your tale we may find the key to winning over the doubters. And maybe finding a cure. Because yeah, we haven't gotten one of those yet. But hey, we did cure the Tomberries over in the Scholar's Quest. Maybe Marcelois has a chance too? When we find out, it says, I get a kiss blown to me from Elizabeth. Let's go ahead and speak with Francel again for our next quest entitled, To Thaw of Frozen Hearts. Francel would hear Marcelois' tale. So, come Marcelois, tell us your tale. I used to be a craftsman, making sundry necessities on a quest. It wasn't much, but it was a living for me and my family. When our home burned down, I took to repairing other people's belongings in exchange for scraps of food. Though it was necessary to keep us from starving, knowing that each mouthful I earned meant less for our fellows. The unfairness of it all was too much to bear. And so I cast my lot with Lady Iceheart with the dreams of making lives better for the common folk. But in the end, all I succeeded in doing was forsaking my loved ones. I will make amends to my family if they will let me. As I am now, I am not but a burden to them, and that's the last thing I wish to be. I see. My thanks for opening your heart to us.
It's as Father says. Men tend to overthink things. Perhaps one is made to think more when one's life is fleeting.
That may well be the case, my friend, but it makes our feelings no less true for it, and Marcelois feels the keenest regrets, one born of the love he bears for his family. If his fellow Ishgardians can be made to understand this... yeah, then maybe we have a chance.
You said that you were once a craftsman. If you were to make for the people such items as they find needful as you once did, I dare say you could express your feelings better than any words can.
But how would we be able to build them in its current form?
Express my feelings. Altered as my hands are, I know not how well I can perform the work, but very well, my lord. I will try my very best.
I'm certain you will. Now, as for the items in my craft, I believe you best know those things which will delight your wife and child. The question is, what may please to serve your detractors? The two men who approached, the older recently moved to the firmament with his son's family. They arrived with naught but the shirts on their backs, and I imagined that they would have need of household items such as dining utensils. Then there's the younger fellow, the retired soldier whose scar troubles him still. He might appreciate an unguent of some description to relieve the aches. Would such items be within your abilities to prepare?
I believe so, my lord.
I know a place in the new nest where Marcelois may do his work. Pray come with me. Alright. And so away we go. So how will this big guy do what he needs to do? Let's go and find out.
Yeah, right in front of the stands, in front of the merchants. It seems I can make use of this space and all the equipment and materials besides. Oh, whatever you find here is yours to use as you see fit. Now, is there aught else you might require? Master Matthias, L2, might I trouble you to obtain 2 items for me? One is a healing herb for the young ones, and the other is a dye. I would go about obtaining them myself, but I'm liable to cause panic. L2 is small enough to remain inconspicuous at least, and can fly besides.
But of course I'll be happy to help. You may leave the herbs to me.
If I may task with the dye then, it's 2 pots of cream yellow I require. It matters not whether you make it yourself or purchase it. If you wish us to purchase, I have heard that a woman named Eleni at the Mendicant's Court deals in all manner of wares. Perhaps you can acquire her with her. Cream yellow, huh? And at the Mendicant's Court. I don't know if I'll be permitted to use it, but we'll see what happens. So run up the stairs, back into the court. Ah, there she is. Purchase items, and it's 2 jars of cream yellow. Right here. Simple. And so back over to Masawa. Hopefully he doesn't have any issue with getting these pots open. Were you able to obtain the dye? I got what you need right here. Yes, this is it. I shall put it to use at once. I've already finished the utensils, and thanks to you, the presents for my family will soon be ready. Now I just need L2 to return with the herbs.
Seeing as Op is proceeding apace, I believe it is time to arrange gathering. The area atop yonder steps should serve as a venue. Falconer, would you be so kind as to bear word to the people?
With pleasure, my lord.
Master Matthias, perhaps you would like to be the one to seek out Mistress Ordain. I dare say she'll be more willing to attend at your invitation.
I believe so. So let's go find her. Hopefully she's not still scared out of her wits. Here they are.
That's you, my lord. Is this something you need?
Actually, there is.
I see. It's just like him to do this. But even though he's my husband, the decision to accept the dragon, it's too much for a mere commoner such as me to bear. And when I think about my daughter, when I imagine how other children might mock her, I just don't know.
On a long journey, the first step is often the hardest to take, or sometimes we need to have faith in one another. Well, yeah, let's go with the Lord Confucius here.
I don't know how you do it, but your words give me courage. Just simply talk with you instills me with a sense of hope. And knowing that there are decent folks such as yourself and Lord Marcel around, I feel as though all will be well in the end. Alright, we'll be there, Noel and I. We'll hear what Master Wall has to say. Thank you, my lord.
You're welcome. So how far do we have to go? We might have to go that far. Alright. Might as well go back through the Mendicant's Court in order to get there, since it'll likely be the fastest way to reach it. Yeah, I wonder how all these quests are going to be done once the Reconstruction is complete. I imagine that the window of opportunity to do them is only available currently, before the expansion comes to an end. So let's just chill out for a while and see who comes to say hello. So yeah, here's Marcelwa. And all the people we've spoken to. What is this? We were told Lord Marcel had summoned us, but you're... an ordinary Ishgardian just like you. I'm also a craftsman, and with help from some friends, I've made something for each of you. It isn't much, but please accept it. Dining utensils? Ours is a big family, so these would certainly be useful. I hope that they serve you well. You may struggle to believe it, but I used to be your neighbor. Before I took on this form, I made whatever it was folk needed, and it's my hope that I can put my skills to use again for the people of the firmament. The scar flares up on cold, dry days. This unguent should take the edge off the pain. This is kind of you. Yeah, silly I'm being reminded of why it's so hard for me to do deep voices these days. Oh, to be so young and open-minded. I know that you've done us no ill, but I can't simply forgive and forget the heretics for what they did. You've lost a great deal, and we would not diminish your suffering by asking you to change your views. Yet in spite of yourself, might you not try to see the individual before you as simply that? An individual deserving of a chance? I'm sorry. I know I'm not being fair. Come, come, it wouldn't do to strain yourselves. If you'll follow me, good sirs, I will find you some refreshments. Yeah, follow me. But what about its family? Aldane, Noal, I have something for the two of you as well. So what did you give them?
Oh, these are clothes. Let's put them on, Mummy. Let's put them on.
I mean, clothes you used to have, so he mended them and did what he needed to do in order to make them look good. So sometime later...
It's exactly the same as the one I lost in the fire. You remember, Daddy? You remembered how much I love this coat in this colour? You might be a dragon now, but I don't mind at all. My friend Miles said that dragons are nice.
Oh, you know her. Heaven's Ward episode 85.
It must have been difficult to make these with those hands. It's plain that you still think of us. And yet you abandoned us when we needed you the most. You left us to face the worst of the war alone, and I hated you for it. And so...
I know. What I did was unforgivable, and I don't have the right to be with you, Noal. I'll leave this place for good and all.
No. Listen to the end, will you? What I want to say is, I can't give you a definitive answer right this moment, but I'm willing to give us another chance. If you're still the man that I once knew, then perhaps we can work through this problem together, like we've worked through others. If this is enough for you now, then you're welcome at our new home.
It is... It's more than I could ever ask for. Thank you, Aldane.
Thank you again, my lord, for instilling me with the courage to take the first step. Forgiveness won't come overnight, and we still have a long journey ahead of us. But if we have faith in one another, I'm confident that we'll find happiness again.
Glad to hear it. If you can spare another moment, would you accompany me to find Lord Francel? I wish to thank you and him both for the second chance I have with my loved ones. Alright. And we just have to follow them down to the end of the path. The thing I probably love most about the Ishgard restoration so far is this fountain waterfall hybrid. This is probably my favorite thing so far that they created to this point. That's very clever design by Square Enix to do something like that. Alright, Francel.
There you are, Mathia. Foncreneau has told me all. I'm glad for you, my friend. Your honest feelings have reached the hearts of the people, your families included. Yes, my lord. I've been given a second chance with my family, and I owe it all to you and Master Mathia. This is hardly enough to express my gratitude, but I made something for you as well. Won't you do me the honor of trying it on?
Something for Lord Francel, too? Whatever could this be?
Well now, this is hardly necessary, but I shall humbly accept it. A moment, if you would.
So sometime later.
'Tis a perfect gift. Such a dashing design besides. My thanks for this fine gift.
Yeah, we know with this particular outfit. Our friend Sir Briarden, the other inspector, the antithesis to Lord Hildebrand, wore this too, particularly during the St. Endelim's questline in Heaven's Ward.
And where's my gift? Without me, Marcelois would still be stammering and sulking out in the snow somewhere, and let's not forget the ops as well.
Indeed, little one. For rendering aid to a citizen of Ishgard, you are deserving of recognition. Until now, dragons have been permitted entry to the Holy See only on special occasions. But if you wish it, in my authority as overseer, I shall arrange it so that you may freely come and go from the firmament. Would that suffice by way of a gift?
Oh, I can live with that! I've always wanted to observe how men live.
Now then, I must be returning to my duties, but if there's any further trouble, do not hesitate to call upon me.
Until we meet again there, Lord Francel. Which will likely come with the next quest, which hopefully will involve Marcelois being given a reversion of his condition.
Last but not least, allow me to thank you too. If it weren't for you, I likely would have been executed as a heretic, and worse than that, I would have remained estranged from my family. Please accept this as a small token of my undying gratitude. I pray that it serves you well on your adventures.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. Hopefully a cure for people like you is gonna be coming before the next expansion brings it over to where the opportunity where this window will be closing. So he gave us 3 servings of oyster confit. Perfect for a crafter. Does an achievement come with this? It does. Second chances. Does the title come with it? The title does not come with it, but that's alright. Oh, there's more? Alright, L2, what have you got to say? So now, I guess we'll be continuing on with our quest line. So, let's hear what L2 has to say with the quest entitled, If Songs Had Wings. L2 is eager to learn. Yeah, apparently we're just not done.
Ah, here, you've come at a good time. I have a query for you.
And what would that be?
As you know, I'm descended from Ratatoskr, and like her, I wish to fill the skies with beauteous songs. If I'm to do this, I must know historical events as if I've lived them. To that end, I will meet the great person who put an end to the Dragon Song War. Do you know I might find this individual?
You're looking at him.
What? You are that great person? All this time I thought Hero was your name. In any case, this makes things simpler. I want you to show me the key places where the war unfolded and tell me tales about them. Lest you worry, I have Francel's permission to go to the city proper so long as I have company. So without further ado, let's begin with a visit to the vault.
Alright then. It begins. Oh, wait a minute. Who are you and why should I be worried? And why are you, like, angry? Actually, I think we already know the answer to that. You'll follow me along for the ride there, Elizabeth? Well, let me ask you then, have you done this quest already? Alright, so to the vault then. It's faster to get there from a place like the Tribunal. So yeah, on a rare Carthan sunset. Oh, wait a minute. I was about to say, L2, where are you? Standing among the statues, apparently. So yeah, have a look as the sun sets.
So this is the vault, where the most wicked of men once resided. Vidofnir told us of the time she rescued a child who was thrown off the top.
Indeed she did.
Doubtless these walls have witnessed much and more, but what about you? Do you have tales of your own about this place?
Oh, do I ever. I faced powerful foes here, I lost a dear friend, or say nothing. No, we all know who we lost. And sadly within the Final Fantasy XIV community, he is not as loved as he once was.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Long as we dragons live, we form the strongest of bonds with others. But by the same token, it makes us feel the pain of loss very keenly. Yet while some would fall into despair, you made the loss your strength and forged on. Yes, as befits a hero. Right, that would do for the vault. Next, let us head to the place called Falcon's Nest. I would see the famous relief betokening peace between man and dragon.
That's a good idea. Yeah, and we're gonna continue to get chased.
So that dragon wishes to learn about Ishgard?
Yeah. I wonder how he's gonna confront us. But yeah, for those of you who are wondering, Sir Hoshafon, Lord Hoshafon, is not the most loved NPC in Final Fantasy XIV anymore. That honor now belongs to Emmett Selk. Yeah, and for those of you wondering, did I say that wrong? No, I did not. L2?
So that is the relief. I've seen the artworks of men before, but I find it such a peculiar way to express one's feelings. Still, you can't be faulted for your artistry.
Yeah, not exactly easy to see at nighttime.
But grand as it looks, the scent of sadness clings to it. The scent of blood, Vidofnir's and others. Whenever there is tragedy, our hearts can't help but be drawn to it. In this, it seems our kinds are the same. Now then, have you noticed that we are being followed? I know not this person's intent, but let us return to the firmament for now.
Oh, you noticed too? Yeah, nothing gets by you. Yeah. Come out and show yourself, boy! Yeah. We've caught on to your scent. Yeah, and he's gonna try and make a break for it. He's gonna try and make a break for it. But yes, really. Strictly out of sympathy. Yeah, he's gained a lot of sympathy for the character. But I feel like a lot of people rushed in too fast to just throw arms wide open to him. Because we still don't know all of the story yet. Alright, so back in the firmament. Also, another quest is opened up here, too. Yeah, I'll probably have to set aside another stream to look at all these quests that are popping up. Because, yeah, there's something else I should show that is still the one thing I've not yet done, and that's the level 80 machinist quest. So we'll do that tonight, and then tomorrow night we'll go ahead and do the quests that are in and around the firmament that have popped up.
No more suspicious people about. Good. My thanks for acting as my guide. I feel as though I have a better understanding of the war now.
I'm glad I could help out.
Of course, this is just the beginning. If my songs are to be as resplendent as Ratatoskers, I must learn more about men and their culture. I would be glad to assist if it please you.
Oh, so that's why you're following us. And who are you exactly?
That's sense. You're the one who is following us. If you mean us harm, be warned that this man is a hero. No, I wouldn't imagine doing you ill. My name is Hotlong. Ever since I read Lord Edmond's memoirs, I've wanted to befriend a dragon.
Oh, really?
But I didn't have the slightest inkling about how to go about it. So when I saw you with the savior of Ishgard on the spur of the moment, I decided to follow.
Yeah, was that the reason? Or the primary one?
You see, it's my dream to become a writer. Not just any writer, but one who chronicles this new age of peace between man and dragon. So please, won't you allow me to assist you?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Well now, how very commendable. I wholeheartedly approve of your endeavor, and I see no reason to refuse you. Yes, we can teach each other the ways of our kind. And if you prove yourself useful, I shall credit you in my songs. Thank you.
And so?
An unexpected but welcome development. I shall remain here and speak further with our new friend, but I hope to hear more of your tales again.
So go ahead and take our experience in Gil, even though of course since Matthias already maxed out. He will not benefit from the experience, but he'll take the Gil. And so for now, that takes care of this particular quest line. Now it's just now we're done with that particular chain of quests. Now it becomes a question of when the continuation and the eventual completion of the restoration takes place, can we get Marcelois back to his human form? That's something we'll have to wait on and find out if that eventually happens. So, now that we've taken care of that, there is one more thing we should do. Yeah, like I said, we can come back to do these quests here within and around the firmament another time. But for now, let's go take on the level 80 machinist quest. Alright. Off to the Sky Steel Manufactory. And of course here I will have to change to Machinist. So let's go ahead and head on over. And speak with our old friend Stefanovan, the man behind the Sky Steel Manufactory, to see what he's been doing for a while. And so let's go ahead and take on our last level 80 job quest within Shadowbringers for the Machinist, entitled Machinists for the Morrow. Stefanovan and his prospectometer are once more focused upon you. Oh, my Mathia, my prospectometer never fails. I knew your own well-honed instincts would alert you to my current turmoil. 'Tis our faithful Joy who concerns me. Her behavior has been awfully odd of late. Frequent outings to parts unknown, acting secretive, that sort of thing. It reminds me of the time her father was being held captive, and I worry that she once more finds herself the victim of nefarious circumstances. That is, as they say, where you come in. An adventurer and machinist of your caliber should have little trouble discerning the severity of a situation. Discreetly, of course. I'll make a few subtle inquiries myself, but I fear that Joy, her senses on edge as they are, would soon detect the attempt. As fortune would have it, she only just left on one of her mysterious outings. She'll be able to catch her in the vicinity of St. Renet's Form if you leave immediately. Oh, so she just walked right on past me and I never noticed her, huh? Yeah, we just crossed paths past each other obliviously. So as we bide our time.
Sorry, Joy, I hope it didn't keep you waiting too long.
Well, if the picture taught us anything for the start of this quest, it's not who we think it is. Oh, they're over there.
I just got here myself. As a matter of fact, we best be getting along all the same. Oh, today is the day I can feel it.
Going out on cover of darkness, huh? And so away the ladies go. It looks like they're heading in the direction of Falcon's Nests. Yeah. Oh, champion! Is this what I think it is? No, it's not. Oh, your business in the city with my sister mayhap? I thought I spied her in the crowd making her way to the Forum. Well, hello there, Muscadine. Yeah, you involved yourself in the level 70 Shadowbringers quest. So Lord Stefanovan is concerned for Joy then. Well, he has placed his trust in the right agent if it is discretion he requires. As it happens, I may even have information of use to you. It has been brought to my attention that Joy and Hilda have been spotted together in Falcon's Nest on more than one occasion. They both shared a measure of fame here in Ishgard, you see, sufficient towards a curious mention to the Temple Knights when the two of them are seen traveling as a pair. But why, though? I'm somewhat curious about Hilda's activities myself, but I shall leave further investigations in your capable hands. Pray convey my regards to Lord Stefanovan. Alright. And so be on your way. Oh, we don't actually go there yet? Alright. Good for me, I saw you. Oh, Mathia, welcome back. Were you able to divine aught of consequence? Actually, I have. With Hilda, you say? What on Alone's name could they be doing in Falcon's Nest? Shall I go find out for you? Not a peep from my prospectometer. I suppose there's naught else for us. We must fall back on old-fashioned reconnaissance. Pray lend me your assistance while longer, Mathia. To Falcon's Nest we go. So be it. Yeah, turns out he's standing right behind me. There you are, Mathia. Had you had any idea on how our famous machinists have become? I don't need to mention Joy and Hilda by name and to be inundated with a veritable flood of rumors. It would seem our unlikely pair are en route to the Black Iron Bridge, and just like that, we have our next destination. Yeah, too bad I can't take you on my Chocobo, or in this case, my Amaro. Yeah. And this is what my Alamara looks like when it's flying out in the field. Also, you may have noticed as well the two lanterns on the back of it. Yeah, these are its tail lights. Too bad we don't have turn signal lights for them. Yeah, he's got tail lights, but he doesn't have turn signal lights. What's that all about? So, they were right around here. I imagine that person staying next to me is doing the same thing I'm doing. So, sometime later, under the cover of darkness, on a starry night in the wilderness of Ishgard, and of Kerthus. Shots from a firearm and there can be no mistaking the owners. Come, we might have a better view from the edge of this cliff. Yeah, let's get at it. I imagine Stefanoven's gonna have a nasty tumble.
It's no good. I've got nothing. What about you, Joy? My mind's blank. Easy enough to say, but a damn sight harder to do, eh? We've always had an instructor before showing us the way. Not surprising we'd stumble a bit trying to come up with stuff on our own. I suppose we thought we'd have made more progress by now. Are you sure we shouldn't ask his lordship for a little advice? That defeat the purpose then, wouldn't it? If we're to stand on our own 2 feet, we need to work this out ourselves.
Well, that's not gonna happen much longer.
Aye, you've the right of it. We should just keep shooting then and hope we find our target. Let's move on.
Oh, what exactly are you shooting at? Yeah, there's the alter ego we all know.
I keep meaning to ask, but how in the bloody hell do you do that? Do you flick off the hairbands when you draw the weapon, or...? No time for questions, Hilda. Your breath better be spent searching for our new things to shoot.
Yeah, there's something we haven't seen in a long time. Joy in her alter ego form. What are you looking at me for? Yeah, don't go looking at me searching for answers. Oh, we're just gonna go straight to the next spot? Or we're just gonna continue to stand here? 'Twas I who dreamed up the machinist and Rosenthal who helped bring the idea into being. The machine we put together, that was well driven forward by the likes of you and Joy and Hilda. Then, as naturally as if I had planned it, you and those 2 ladies took charge of my designs. 'Tis a strange feeling. How wildly the needle flicks twixt the mental's pride and an inventor's longing. So what are we gonna do? Do we continue pursuing? Or do we just back off? No, the music says we continue pursuit. It would seem, however, that our comrades are experiencing difficulties with the particulars of developing new techniques, a problem to which we might offer a solution. But in light of their efforts to achieve independence, to simply begin bellowing direction seems boorish. Have you any ideas on how to proceed? We give their imaginations a nudge, or we show them a different way? I think this is one of the situations again where he'll give us the same response no matter what. Because yeah, we are going to be confronting them either one way or another. Give them an example of what is possible? A fine proposal, but what exactly shall we put on display? Yeah, what shall we put on display? Oh, have you come up with it? But of course! The answer stands right there in front of me. You stand at the peak of the profession, the living embodiment of all it means to be a machinist. All we need to do is have you demonstrate the techniques you've acquired and refined over the course of your illustrious career. What could possibly be more inspiring? Alright then. I shall head out now and herd a suitably monstrous opponent back for you to dispatch.
sound of shots ringing out should bring the ladies running to investigate, just as theirs alerted us to their location. Why do I have a feeling it'll also have a backfire effect? Right then, we can reconvene at this spot once our little show is concluded. Alright. I'm gonna go and eat for this one. And so, for the first time all night, it is snowing in Kirthus. Alright, let's go see what we're going to be dealing with. Oh, and Elizabeth, you probably might want to back off for this one. This will be an 80 I'm fighting. There you are. Yeah, let's give it everything we got. And there we go. And so now back up. Yeah, not bad. Nicely done, Mathia. I'm truly in awe of what you can accomplish with my contraptions. Tell me, where did you learn such control and power? Yeah, it's that, once again that time. I journeyed through a land without night, or I fought to save a distant star. Journeyed through a land without night. I fear the magnitude of such a journey fails beyond the scope of my prospectometer, but the results of your experience speak for themselves. And assuming that they were watching, our two machinist comrades will have certainly gleaned a lesson or two from your expert demonstration. Yes, I believe our work here is done. We return to Ishgard. But for all we know, they probably never saw a thing. Or maybe they did. Or maybe they're just showing up now and noticed that we followed them. Let's see what answer we get. Yeah. Did they just spot us now? Or did they have did they see the whole thing? So back to the Sky Steel Manufactory. Let's head on over. And see what we got. So sometime later. My thanks, Mathia. I've been at a complete loss in this matter were it not for your invaluable assistance. And I imagine I'm not the only one singing your praises this day. Speaking of which... Hey there, you two.
Look at you two thick as thieves you are. Seems we were right.
Rather a brusque greeting even for you, dear Hilda. Something on your minds?
Well, it was awfully convenient for Mathia to put on a grand show of skill just as we were scratching our noggins over new techniques. No wager it was my lordship what had him pulling the trigger.
How did you...
What? Did you think he was being sneaky? The notoriously helpful champion of Ishgard popping up right where and when we needed him? Unlikely. It's not that we're ungrateful, you see. We was already trying so hard to follow in your wake.
And so?
Oh, it's like being lost at sea and finding an island that's not on the map. A bit perplexing, but welcome all the same. I guess what we're saying is that you've given us our bearings and a firm forced to start charting our own course.
Just like it worked. And there you have it. Further proof that my prospectometer was in fine working order when it first chirped in your presence.
Indeed it was.
Right, well we said our piece. It's time we got back to squeezing them triggers. Keep an eye out, me lordship. Soon enough we'll be the ones showing you what a machinist could do.
So until we meet again.
Was my subject is truly so transparent? Ah, but how swiftly my charges have grown and how easily it did it to my notice. So unlike the deliberate evolution of my inventions.
And so, but let us not forget your astounding developments. I dare say no barrage of shots has ever proven so instructional. Thank you again, Mathia, and do feel free to drop by the manufactory from time to time, even when we're not threatened by some peace-shattering crisis. I believe I can do that. So we'll take our 1,693 gil and our 3 tier 7 materia. And there we go. All of the level 80 Shadowbringers job quests shown to all of you. As we earn the achievement, I'm a machinist, not a man 4. And with it, we'll also get a title, The Shot Heard Across Worlds. And so there we go. Sweet 17. But what do you say we head on back to the FC house, because I've got more things to show before I call it a night. So let's head off to the FC house. So upon our arrival at our FC house, we're still at our plot in Shirogane. But you're going to notice that it's a lot different since the last time we were here. So as we arrive, you'll notice that the bridge is gone. We used to have a bridge here over a little lake, but it's no longer there. Yeah, our friend Lou decided to take it upon himself to do some remodeling, and it involved and included taking the bridge out. It's been a while since the stable was cleaned. Do I have a broom? Yes, I do. So let's go ahead and feed the chocobos. Oh, Vati, I should point out, your chocobo's rank is currently maxed out at 4. You need to go, if you're watching this right now, you need to take your chocobo out of the stable and have it go do some fighting in order for it to go up to rank 5. Yeah, because otherwise I can't feed it anything more while it's in the stable. Alright, so you on right now? No, you're not. Just logged off, okay. Well, that's alright. So, why don't we go on ahead inside? Yeah, the Tales of Eorzea house is gotten a bit of a makeover, as you're about to see. It's opened up in here significantly. Lou took it upon himself to redo the walls. He's moved all the posters from the downstairs and he's moved them up here. Yeah, he's also provided us with a Suzaku statue, which is really cool. And then upstairs, he's opened up space around here a little more. He's put in a little garden here, a little Zen garden here in the back. And he also took it upon himself to stack 2 aquariums on top of each other, which I didn't even know you could do, but this is apparently something you can do. You can actually stack aquariums on top of each other, and Lou did it. Yeah. How he did it, I have no clue, but it's really cool.
And then you might remember the little theater that we used to have downstairs. Well, it's not there anymore. Yeah, that's probably the one thing I like the most about our house in our old configuration was the little theater that was set up, because Lou really got a lot of materials and put a lot of hard work into it. It's a shame that it's not there anymore, and now we have the Ishgardian Heaven's Ward round table. He's also provided us with a little library and some other amenities as well. So that's what the house looks like in its current form. And since I do have all the level 80s now, I would be remiss if I did not show you all 17 of the resistance weapons, because we got those too. So since I'm a machinist right now, why don't I go ahead and show you the machinist weapon. Yeah, it looks like an ironworks weapon, but this one's got a little more of a wider barrel on it. It also has a bit of a plasma charger attached down at the bottom. And there's also a little ammo canister attached to my hip here as well. Well, we're glad that you have made it all that way there, Vernon. Now you just have to get through the other expansions too. So that's Machinist. We'll work our way up. Show off the Dancer's weapon. Yeah, you may have not noticed it right away, but the Dancer's weapon, when you draw it, it separates into two separate sections. You got the black ring that serves as the outer part of it, and then the bronze ring then slips off and goes into its position to create this particular design. So this is what the Dancer's resistance weapon looks like. Then for Gunbreaker, this I already showed off with Shinji when I initially did this. But this is the Gunbreaker's resistance weapon. This, of course, is the Gunhilder Blade weapon. In fact, I should probably change pose so I can have it. Yeah, there we go. Just so that I can stay drawn, just so you guys can look at it better. I'll get to that eventually there, Luna, don't worry. Or you can tell them yourself if you want. Yeah, this is what the weapon looks like for the Gunbreaker. Now for the Samurai. Yeah, you've got for the Samurai sword with a katana with a really big red blade on it. Yeah. No need to stain this particular katana with the blood of your enemies. The blood is already infused into the sword itself. Then, for Black Mage, we got this fancy thing. You know, basically you have like a giant glowing drill bit with a giant gold ring spinning around on the outside. And yeah, you may have noticed that it's not on the weapon at all in any particular ways, this gold ring. It's hovering over the weapon. Yeah, it's a really interesting thing that they've done with this Black Mage weapon. I've already shown you Machinist. Now for the Warrior. This is what we got. This freaking huge axe. Axes are usually pretty massive for warriors in this game, and this one is no exception. This one just oozes size. What I'm actually surprised is that they didn't make the blade a complete circle. That probably would have made it even more... This axe is already awesome, but making it a full circle probably would have made it even more awesome. Then for Dark Knight, yeah, incoming. If you didn't know any better, you could probably have thought that someone like Frey or Sidurgu would have wielded this weapon themselves. And yeah, this weapon is glowing a very dark red. And with good reason. Yeah, plus also the hilt of the sword is also glowing too, you may have noticed. Then, for the Astrologian, yeah. Now, it's literally an Astrologian because your Astrologian weapon now has orbiting planets. You basically have a planet and a moon orbiting your Astrologian weapon as for the resistance weapon. Oh, that's cool. Well, congrats there, Elizabeth. But of course, you need to get to the point where you can access the ability to gain resistance weapons. Now for Scholar. Yeah, more of a straightforward design, but you can see the vines that are on the book. You can see the feather quill on the one side. You can see the little feather decoration on the other side. And as far as what's on the inside of the book, well, there you go. As we welcome to another new viewer to the channel, William Schultz. Welcome to the stream, to the channel. Glad to have you with us. In fact, I think I know who this is. I think I actually know who William is. Now let's show off the Summoner's book. But yeah, look at the inside of this one. Yeah, the inside of this book just screams macabre. Yeah, it's not the usual inside design for a Summoner's book, because what usually is inside the book is a geometrical configuration. Not this zone, though. Not even close. And as far as the outside is concerned, this is what it looks like. Quite some very elaborate, ornate designs on the outside of the book, too. Gives us the opportunity to see something that Summoner... I always thought that... If you always thought that Summoner books did not look visually impressive, well, this one I'm sure would have changed your perceptions, because, yeah, I never thought that Summoner books looked all that cool, and then they came up with this. Then for the monk, yeah, monks gets tonfas, which you also get from the tombstones over in Walgar's Reach. But you can see this one has a design that is very much in line with Japan or China. Just based on its look with the red, black, and gold on it. Because yeah, we're so used to seeing monks wielding basically brass knuckles and other similar weapons that look like it, but not with this. Not with the resistance weapon. And then for Bard, yeah, you think this bow already looks impressive? Well, yeah, see for yourself. Nothing short of massive on this thing. Yeah, this is the bow to end all bows.
And what I really like about the inside of this bow is that these two black cylinders, they remind me of Alexander. These two black cylinders really make me think of the Alexander battles, especially the Alexander Prime battle at the end. It just reminds me of so much of him, and it just looks so cool. Plus, of course, you also have the feathers at the top of the string to add a little touch as well. Really makes for a really impressive looking bow. Plus, also feathers on the arrows to match what the string on the bow too. It's also really cool. Then for the ninja, yeah, not really necessarily anything particularly impressive on the design, but for ninja daggers, these are really long. Yeah, if you notice, these are really long daggers. These perhaps don't even count as being daggers anymore. Yeah, they'd probably be about half the size of... They'd be about half as long as Matthias is tall. And that's saying something. Then for Paladin, of course, Paladins get both a sword and shield. So this is what the shield looks like. Yeah, definitely one of the most elaborately designed shields I have ever seen in this game. Yeah, because you can see all the detail that they put on this thing, especially with the gold and silver overlay. And the big white pearl in the middle. And then for the sword, yeah, you've also got more impressive design on the sword as well, especially on the handle. Yeah, as always, the things that are really amazing about the resistance weapons looks are definitely on display here with the Paladin. That'll come with the grand finale there, William. Next up, the White Mage. I should probably take the glamour off this one, just so you can see this correctly. Yeah, got a big, huge branch with a glowing white stone on the top. Yeah, this basically takes the classic Conjurer wand and takes it to the next level. Because, of course, for those familiar with playing with Conjurer and White Mage, in the early going, your wands are basically really just branches with leaves on them. And Ishtola, in her earliest iteration, wielded such a wand. Of course, she wields a much different wand these days. And then comes Red Mage. Yeah, the design of the sword of Rapier isn't all that cool, but what really is cool is the second half of the Red Mage weapon. If you take a look at it, it looks like a little fairy. It looks like a little royal fairy. You could almost say this is Titania on top of your little Red Mage Aether device. Yeah, and you also notice that the device also has a faint glow. You don't always see it, but it is there. Yeah, I really like the design, the fairy queen on the top of this, on top of the Aether device. And last but not least, of course, my all-time favorite, the Dragoon. And this one's got a bit of a glow to it whenever you draw it. giving you the opportunity to harken back to the roots of being a dragoon. When your original weapon for relic weapon was the purple Gay-Bolg, but then this takes the Gay-Bolg and then turns it into something much more intimidating. Yeah, the Gay-Bolg will always be a very impressive design for a lance in this game, for a spear, but this one goes to another level. And so there you are, ladies and gentlemen, all 17 resistance weapons. And that, of course, goes with the fact as well that Mathia now has all of the 80 warrior jobs, except for Blue Mage, of course. But now we can safely say that he is good and ready for whatever comes next. And I know that Corinne and Shinji are, as well, as will be my next Warrior of Light, who is already well on their way to getting the 4 level 80s that they need to do the 4 Cardinal Virtue quests. So that is coming very soon for them. So, because I couldn't show off everything tonight for things in and around the firmament, we will stream this again tomorrow night. So, plus it'll give me the opportunity to do some dungeons, since I didn't do any of those tonight as well, because I did, most of the attention was focused on the quest line in the firmament. Because let's face it, you and I had no idea that it was going to go on that long and that it was going to provide such a flushed out story, which I'm pretty sure is not even close to being done. Because if we have any hope, and we know that the Tomberries can be reverted back to Lalafels, then hopefully Marcelois can be reverted back from his draconic form and back into a human. So let's hope we can be able to accomplish that for him as well. And in case, for those of you wondering what Luna is talking about the good news, she is planning to return here to join us here on Exodus in the Tales. She told me about this a few days ago. Her endeavors with her own FC haven't panned out, so she's decided to come and join us here on Exodus. So it'll be awesome to have her back here, and it'll be really cool to see which character she does choose to bring over to Exodus. She told me that she hasn't been able to make a decision on which of her characters she wants to transfer over to Exodus, but it'll be a surprise for everyone, so I can't wait to see who ultimately comes knocking on our door. So once we know that she's come join us on the Exodus server again, we'll see which one it'll be. So, with all that, it's been good to get back to this after a 6-week hiatus, and hopefully I'll finally muster up the courage to do some of the side project videos that I've been putting off now for months, as far as Final Fantasy XIV is concerned, because I really do want to get to work on those. Plus, as well, this Saturday night is when they will release the list of people who qualified for Games Done Quick. As you may have known, COVID-19 forced the event to be pushed back by a couple of months, and it's going to take place in August. So they chose not to release the list of qualifiers until this Saturday. So we'll know one way or another this by the end of Saturday night whether or not I've qualified. And if I have, hopefully I will have your guys' support, because that would be really cool and really awesome. So, tomorrow, as I said, we will continue showing off quests in the firmament, and we'll take the opportunity to partake in some dungeons as well, and show you off all that you've been missing out on. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching tonight's Final Fantasy XIV stream, and we will see you back here tomorrow night as we return to the firmament to check out the other quests that we were not able to pick up on tonight. So, on behalf of Elizabeth and myself, and everyone here at the Tales of Eorzea, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal. That's so cute.